If you're getting up 2, 3, or even 4 times a night to pee, it might not just be a bladder issue. It could be an early warning sign of something much more serious. If you're a man over 60 and you've noticed more frequent urination, especially at night, it's time to understand what your body is really trying to tell you. You see, what seems like a minor inconvenience, those nightly trips to the bathroom or urgent daytime peeing, could be early signs of an issue brewing inside. Maybe it's your prostate slowly enlarging without you knowing it. Maybe it's your hormones shifting. Or it could mean something worse is taking root and trying to get your attention. One common culprit is a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer, but it's still no joke. According to the Mayo Clinic, BPH affects up to 90% of men over age 80, though it often begins creeping in during your 50s and 60s. And guess what? The first alarm is almost always subtle changes in urination. But here's where it gets more serious. The same systems that control urinary health are directly tied to erectile function, your testosterone levels, and even your energy and brain clarity. So yes, if you're peeing more often, you're not just facing a bladder issue. You could be dealing with poor blood flow, inflammation, or hormonal imbalance. And when it starts messing with your sleep, those 3 a.m. bathroom runs, it robs your body of the deep rest it needs to make testosterone, repair tissue, and keep your immune and memory systems running right. Ignore the signals, and you're not just risking your prostate, you could be setting yourself up for lower libido, brain fog, immune weakness, and even a faster biological aging process. Still with me? Good, because in this video, you'll learn what's really behind those frequent bathroom visits. Later, I'll share one powerful food that's been shown to reduce nighttime urination by up to 40% and supports a healthier prostate. And you'll meet Tom, 67 years old, who went from 4 bathroom trips a night to just 1 without using any prescription medication. Stick around, your body may be giving you clues that it's time to change. First off, why is this happening in the first place? The most common reason older men start noticing increased urination is because of prostate growth. As men age, the prostate, a small gland located just below the bladder, tends to enlarge. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia. While it's not cancerous, it can drastically change how your urinary system functions. Think of your urethra, the tube that takes urine from your bladder out of the body, as like a garden hose. When the prostate grows around it, it starts squeezing that hose. Now imagine trying to water your garden, but there are thick weeds wrapped around the hose. The flow gets weaker, disrupted, or blocked entirely. That's what's happening inside a man's body when BPH progresses. And get this, according to Harvard Health, this squeeze doesn't just reduce flow. It causes your bladder muscles to work harder. Over time, those muscles can get weak or overly sensitive, both of which cause you to feel urgent or need to go frequently even when there's only a little urine in the tank. Now, prostate growth isn't the only cause. Blood sugar issues, like prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, can damage the nerves that control the bladder. Diabetes is notorious for causing excessive urination, especially at night. That's why it's so important not to chalk up constant urination to just getting older. Now let's move to another big reason: inflammation. Men don't realize that chronic inflammation aggravates not just the bladder, but the prostate too. This condition, called prostatitis, can make you feel like you have to go all the time. Burning, discomfort, or pressure in the pelvic area often shows up alongside that nagging, urgent need to find a restroom. But some men don't feel pain, they just deal with the urgency or weak flow. What causes that inflammation? Your daily diet plays a large part. Foods high in sugar, processed carbohydrates, industrial seed oils like canola, soybean, or corn oil. These all trigger inflammation over time. A study from the Cleveland Clinic highlighted a clear link between poor nutrition and worsening prostate and bladder symptoms. Start by examining your pantry. Trade out those inflammatory oils for extra virgin olive oil. Choose whole foods over packaged ones. And one easy fix? Stop eating sweet snacks or desserts after 8 p.m. Those late-night sugars spike insulin and contribute to nighttime urination, especially when combined with an aging prostate. Let's rehook for a second before we dive deeper. Coming up, I'll show you a simple drink upgrade that could dramatically help your bladder at night. It costs pennies and takes less than a minute to make. Plus, that story I promised about Tom, how a few changes helped him break the cycle of bathroom runs and regain his full nights of sleep. Now here's something counterintuitive. Are you urinating too much? because you're actually drinking too little? That's right. One overlooked cause of frequent urination in older men is dehydration paired with an electrolyte imbalance. See, when you don't drink enough water, or your sodium and potassium levels are too low, your kidneys start to misfire. You might think drinking less would reduce output, but in fact, the body can become less efficient at concentrating urine. As a result, you wind up urinating more, even at night. Here's how to test if this could be you. Do you drink mostly plain water but still feel dry? Do you go to the bathroom soon after drinking? Try this simple tip. In a glass of water, especially in the evening, add a pinch of unrefined sea salt like Celtic or Himalayan and a squeeze of lemon juice. Not only does this help balance electrolytes, but it also gives your kidneys the nutrients they need to do their job properly. When your inner balance improves, your body becomes better at retaining fluid where it needs it and releases it when it's right to do so. Let's shift to a less obvious culprit now. Hormones. You've probably heard of testosterone and maybe even cortisol. But did you know that both of these hormones deeply affect your bladder control, sleep, and urinary habits? Studies published by the Journal of Urology have shown that men with low testosterone have a higher frequency of nocturia, waking up to urinate at night. Why? Because testosterone helps maintain the strength of your pelvic muscles and bladder wall. When those levels drop, as they often do after 60, control weakens. Simply put, your urgency increases and your ability to hold it goes down. On the flip side, high cortisol, the hormone your body releases under stress, has a direct impact on bladder sensitivity. Think about it. Have you ever been in a high-stress situation and suddenly had to pee? That's cortisol at work. So how do we fix it? Start by syncing your body with natural rhythms. Get sunlight on your eyes first thing in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes outside, ideally before 9 a.m. This helps your body produce natural testosterone and regulates your cortisol rhythm. And get moving resistance training just 3 times a week has been shown to increase testosterone levels in older men. That doesn't mean grueling workouts. A few sets of bodyweight squats, push-ups using the wall, or walking stairs more often can work wonders. Let me bring in an example here. Tom, one of my patients, is 67. He came to me frustrated not just with the 4 nightly bathroom trips, but with the exhaustion he felt every day. He thought it was just age. But after tweaking his evening hydration, adding simple electrolytes, swapping out processed snacks for an earlier high-protein dinner, and starting a basic strength routine, he dropped down to 1 bathroom trip per night within weeks. And he says he feels 10 years younger every morning. This isn't magic, it's biology. When you work with your body's natural systems, your hormones, your muscles, your nutrition, you start seeing real change. And this is just the start. Your bladder is talking to you. The question is, are you listening? Let's talk about one surprisingly powerful food that could be a game changer for your nighttime bathroom trips. It's not exotic, it's not expensive, and no, it's not a supplement. It's pumpkin seeds. Yes, pumpkin seeds. According to research published in the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine, compounds in pumpkin seed extract have been shown to significantly reduce symptoms of an enlarged prostate, especially nighttime urination, also known as nocturia. In fact, men who consumed pumpkin seed extract regularly saw up to a 40% decrease in their nighttime trips to the bathroom. Why do they work so well? Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, a mineral that supports healthy testosterone levels and prostate function. They also contain plant sterols and omega-3 fatty acids with anti-inflammatory properties that help shrink swelling in the prostate. And best of all, they're easy to add to your daily routine. Here's a practical way to use them. Buy raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds from your local grocery store, often labeled as pepitas. Then, eat 2 tablespoons daily, either as a snack or sprinkled over salads or oatmeal. If you prefer, you can blend them into a smoothie. The key is consistency. Make them a habit, and over time, your bladder may settle down at night. Now let's circle back to Tom's story, because there's something else he did that helped turn things around. One thing Tom never realized was how much his evening routine contributed to poor sleep and more urination. You see, he had a glass of wine and a late-night dessert almost every night. Now, while that might feel like a relaxing reward, alcohol and sugar in the evening are a bad combo for men over 60. Why? Alcohol acts as a diuretic. It tells your kidneys to pull water out of your system quickly. Combine that with sugar, which spikes insulin and raises inflammation, and you've got a biological storm that stimulates your bladder and disrupts hormone production. It's like hitting your prostate with a 1-2 punch right before bed. So here's what he did instead. Tom replaced his evening wine with a calming herbal tea, specifically chamomile with a squeeze of lemon and a few pumpkin seeds on the side. Not only did this support hydration and relaxation, but it also helped prep his body for the deep, restorative sleep he'd been missing. And just 1 week after this switch, his sleep improved. His energy came back. And the anxiety, he was quietly carrying the worry that this frequent urination meant something more serious started to fade, because the bathroom trips were no longer dominating his nights. Quick check-in, are you starting to see ways you might take back control too? Let's rehook here with something really hopeful, because even if your symptoms have been going on for years, your bladder and prostate are more adaptable than you may think. In fact, studies from the Cleveland Clinic show that many men over 60 can reduce urinary problems significantly in just 30 to 60 days with targeted lifestyle changes. No surgery, no pills with side effects, just smart, sustainable practices that add up. So, what are those changes? Let's recap with a quick checklist. 1. Cut the inflammation. Limit sugary snacks, fried foods, and processed oils. Focus on whole foods, vegetables, berries, healthy fats, and clean proteins. Think simple meals made at home, not drive-through dinners. 2. Hydrate smarter. Don't stop drinking water, just time it right. Focus on hydration throughout the day and scale back about 2 hours before bed. That trick with lemon and sea salt, it can help your cells absorb the water you already drink. 3. Support your hormones. Morning sunlight, 3 short strength sessions per week. Deep breathing to curb stress. These simple, natural actions help balance testosterone and cortisol. When your hormones are on your side, your bladder and prostate function improve as well. 4. Try the pumpkin seed strategy. Just a small daily dose of the nutrients in those seeds can actively support your prostate. 5. Rethink your evening routine. Swap alcohol and sugar in the evening for things that relax your body without triggering bladder overactivity. Herbal tea, journaling, light stretching. These habits may seem basic, but they're powerful at our age. And here's one more piece that often goes unnoticed. Sleep posture. This may sound strange, but how you sleep can affect your urge to urinate. Sleeping on your back, especially with your legs slightly elevated on a pillow, can help reduce pressure on the bladder and promote better circulation. Some men even find that switching from a soft mattress to a firmer one makes a difference. Small changes, big results. Now, I understand that change doesn't come easy, especially when our bodies start changing faster than our routines. But remember, your health didn't fall apart overnight. And the good news is you don't need to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Start with one thing. Maybe it's ditching dessert after dinner. Maybe it's walking 15 minutes a day. Maybe it's ordering your first bag of pumpkin seeds. Start there. Then stack on another healthy habit next week, just like Tom did. The men who win in aging aren't the ones who have perfect genes or endless money. They're the ones who listen to their bodies, who respond to the signals with consistency and care. Your body is talking. Every time you wake up at 2 or 5 a.m. to rush to the bathroom, it's sending you a message. And today, you've started the journey to understanding what that message really means. If this video opened your eyes, or if you know a friend who's struggling with the same nighttime ritual, do me a favor, click the like button and share this video with them. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We're building a supportive community of men over 60 who are taking back control of their energy, their strength, and yes, even their bladder health. Next, check out our follow-up video on 5 unexpected habits that sabotage testosterone and what you can do instead. Because when your hormones are working for you, everything else from your sleep to your sex life gets better. And as you go forward today, remember this. You still have so much life to live. Let's make sure your nights are restful, your days are energized, and your body supports the man you want to be. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.